So hello and welcome to Wednesday's Weekly. This is your bite-sized briefing, a collaboration between Action Together, the voluntary community faith and the public sector. I'm really pleased to welcome you this week to our fourth episode in our cost of living crisis series. Action Together working with Oldham Council to welcome you every Wednesday between now and next March to hear from services and organisations that are working alongside you in Oldham, delivering critical help to support Oldham residents through the cost of living crisis. Okay, so without further ado, I'm really pleased to hand you over to Jamie McGlynn from Citizens Advice. So over to you, Jamie.
Great, thank you. Hi everyone. So yes, I'm Jamie and I'm the account manager for communities at Citizens Advice SORT. So we cover Stockport, Oldham, Rochdale and Trafford. So I've kind of done a bit of a report which kind of demonstrates what we're seeing in Oldham at the moment. So this is from April till September of this year. So this is based on both telephone and face-to-face services. So between April and September, we've helped over 6,844 people in Oldham by telephone or digital channels. So on this slide, you can see we've increased income by 1.7 million. We've had over £183,000 worth of debt written off for clients. And we sent out surveys and 76% of our clients found accessing our services easy or very easy. And 205 supported our new Access Oldham drop-in, which I'll go into our venues a bit later. So we do run an advice line service, but we decided during COVID, we didn't do face-to-face services. It was all remote, but we've now gone back out in the community and we started to go out in April. But we've noticed it's not led to a reduction in telephone demand. If anything, it's increased our demand. And we've changed kind of our delivery model over the phones. Previously, it was a very light touch service. A client would ring up and say they've got a benefit issue, they get put in a task list and get a call back. But we've changed it now to where clients are getting advice at the initial contact. So where we're trying to deal with that issue straight away rather than referring them on. But if they need further help, such as like benefit form filling or debt advice, we refer them on to our other teams. So we're doing a much more rounded kind of service over the phones. So this kind of chart kind of shows our increase. So from last year in 2021, we had a demand over, it was like over 7,500 and it's now increased up to 8,537. And we've answered over 5,000 of calls. So yeah, next slide. So our face-to-face services across Oldham, we're in 7 venues and we do 9 sessions in 7 venues. So we're currently in Access Oldham, which is our newest one. So we're there 3 days a week on a Monday, Wednesday and Thursday. And what we do there is we have what's called a community navigator. So a client will come in and they'll be seen by a member of staff from our service, and they'll kind of quickly assess what it is the client's come in with. They'll either then help them to find the answer online by getting the client and encouraging the client to kind of look up information using the public access computers. And that's kind of a way of trying to empower people to kind of research answers rather than keep coming back. We'll either say it's a benefit calculation or a digital form filling that can be done online. We can set them up and we'll kind of guide them through it. We won't do it for them. We'll kind of get them to start doing it themselves. But if they get stuck, we'll go over and help. Or if it's something that they need further assistance with, then we'll refer them directly into our service or find a service that is best situated to help them. So we started that service in April at Access Oldham. And we're also in Leeds Library, Crompton Library, Royton Methodist Church and Neon and Chadderton and Failsworth Library. But we are looking at changing some of them services to where we deliver drop-ins as well. And we're also looking at 2 other venues because we've recently got funding for the cost of living crisis to employ 2 full-time advisors in Oldham. So this will increase our capacity and our footprint in Oldham. So as you can see in this one, from going back to face in August, we kind of didn't really have much demand, but then in September it shot right up, and this is just to access Oldham. So we saw like 96 people, and then in October 90 people. It's the demand is going really up. So since April, our debt caseworkers helped Oldham residents with £3.1 million worth of debt, and it's a growing number of clients now requiring more charitable support, such as food vouchers or fuel vouchers. We do have a crisis team that clients can be referred to, and they'll get a call back from one of our advisors who'll kind of do a bit of crisis support, issue food bank vouchers and fuel vouchers. There's no set limit on that. We kind of assess each client on an individual basis. But if we keep getting repeat clients, then we need to look at why that's continuing, really. And we also have an energy team, which is now going out in Oldham into venues, doing energy advice appointments, which can be booked via Citizens Advice. And they'll go through everything energy related. They'll give energy efficiency advice. They'll look at tariffs. They'll look at energy debt, that kind of thing, and assist clients with that. So this next slide kind of gives a bit of a trend of the cost of living indicators. So you'll see the big red one. That's for personal independence payment. What we've seen is a real increase in people trying to claim personal independence payment. And we do think it's just a way of trying to maximize income at the moment. And we're having a lot of people who are not really entitled, that don't fit kind of the criteria for it. But there is a massive demand for that in form filling as well. You'll also see like below that kind of like the yellowy line, which is like fuel debts is increasing, and then fuel and gas, electricity is going up in round about August to October. So it is just steadily increasing the amount of help that people need for this. And this one is kind of the cost of living impact. So kind of it's like a heat map. So in 2020, the like areas where people were coming to us for help with like fuel, food vouchers, such things. And then in 2022, you can see it's just really increased. And it's kind of non-stop at the moment. It's just all people are coming for, and it's just quite a stark reality that this is having a real impact on residents. So client feedback, a lot of positive. A lot of people saying they'll recommend the service, very likely. They found it quite easy to access, and that the extent of the help way forward, that yeah, they found it quite helpful, and we've moved them forward. So, as I said, we're looking at new services for Oldham, because we've now just got funding for 2 additional full-time advisors, which we've now employed, and they're in the process of training. So we're currently in 7 locations, but we're going to be looking at 2 other locations as well, and also building that in with our energy advice team, and getting them out into the community. Also with our benefits and debt team as well. Doing physical face-to-face appointments in the community. We've also introduced a new website, so Citizens Advice Sort. You can get it by citizensadviceoldham.org.uk, and it's there's a chatbot service on there, so clients can kind of message it, and it will kind of assess what it is the client wants and put them into the right location. But there's also a new WhatsApp service that we've introduced, which has been really, really popular, because I think people who are at work find it quite easy. People who've got caring responsibilities, they can just message us and we'll reply, and they can just message as and when needed. But we can also book appointments via that service as well. So all that's available on our website. There's also a referral tool for partners, so we can get you signed up if you wish to. And it's a very simple form that you complete on our website, and it refers a client direct into our service.
Huge thank you, Jamie, for coming along. And
No problem.
look forward to seeing you all again on a Wednesdays Weekly soon.